Well, I wanted to move on to a question from an alum who was here at homecoming, class of '62, Mr. Dave Withers. And I think it kind of speaks a little bit perhaps to the core curriculum and flexibility. He states that at homecoming, all of the cadets that he talked with were taking the easiest major because they didn't want to work hard enough for the engineering science majors. This is his quote. The CG is undergoing dramatic capital and operational growth that will require mid-level and senior officers to manage these programs. Why not beef up the, quote, easiest major to include the engineering, math, and science that will enable graduates to qualify for graduate schools in the areas that we will need?
I'd like to parlay that question into something else, which is the balance of enrollment in each of the majors, which I'm definitely concerned about. Regardless of the reason, whether the perception is that they're taking the easier path, the enrollment balance right now is very much slanted in the non-technical majors. And one could easily argue that the academy, all the majors have technical content.
Right.
Because we are offering a Bachelor of Science. Everyone takes 2 semesters, chemistry, physics, and calculus. But I'm concerned about the enrollment imbalance. Right now, we really have a tremendous amount of pressure for 50% of our graduates to graduate from engineering majors. And in a 200-week envelope, in the 21st century, that's a really tough problem.
Yeah.
I've looked at a lot of the leakage rates and migration rates for where the engineers go if they start in engineering, because in many of the disciplines, it's at least our numbers are well above national averages in terms of retention, but well above national average, say in mechanical engineering, is you graduate about 46% of what comes in the door wanting to be mechanical engineering.
Wow.
That's more than double the national average for 6-year programs, never mind 4-year programs.
Right.
So it gives you an idea of the magnitude of what it is we're talking about here. And I know the question is based on maybe more cadet attitudes.
Right.
That's a difficult question. I regret that maybe an alum interacted with a few cadets and got that impression. I am concerned about the balance in majors, though, and meeting service needs, particularly with engineers. And we are looking at a variety of different things right now. I'd prefer not to cap majors. So if we cap the non-technical majors, we can end up pushing a bunch of people around into places and possibly increasing or decreasing our retention to a point where it's really intractable. It's, I think we need to look at incentives like the industry has for folks with technical degrees. Their entry-level salaries are higher, jobs are more numerous. Again, this is on the outside. And they're recruited more heavily. And there are other incentives as well in terms of placement, in terms of the actual service of the employer valuing their skill. And I think we have to work in that area as well as on the admissions end. We also have to, here at the Academy, continue to try to cultivate these learning communities to try to meet that number of 50%.
Right.
It's a daunting task, though, and there are very, very few colleges able to do it.
Well,
In 4 years, there are literally none.